on YouTube to see if there were any questions and answers that you all needed as it relates to interviewing. Just had a session on Instagram where we went over a question that is a very good question that I want to share with you all here, just to see if I have a couple people that joined. And so the question that was on Instagram that I think was very helpful is, how do you answer questions that are asked out of left field and you're not quite sure how to respond? So I have a couple ways that you can respond to these hard questions when they come up in an interview setting. The first thing that I would recommend for you to do is to really think and listen to what is being said, because you might be able to pick up on a couple of things based on the question, even if it is out of left field. Now, a expert tip that I do personally when someone asks me a question out of left field, if it's in the interview setting or etc., is to ask that person to repeat their question. You could say it just like this: can you please repeat that question? Pause and not say anything, because that gives you the opportunity to have two things happen that are really critical when you're having a hard interview question. The first is it gives you time to think in your head as to what you want to say for this hard question. You need that time. So that's number one. The second thing is it actually gives the question back to the interviewer to let them know your question did not make sense to me. I need you to rephrase it. And a lot of times they'll sit there and they'll think about it and they'll rephrase it in a way to where it makes sense. Now, if they give the question back to you and it's coming out of left field and the solar eclipse in the sky like it is today, then in that case, I would respond as follows. Thank you so much for that question. I am not well versed on that specific topic. I would like to know, what are your insights on it? And let the interviewer ask and tell you their insights on it. That's a great way to still acknowledge the question, be honest and say you're not well versed in it, but give it back to the interviewer, and that'll give you the opportunity to hear what they have to say. And then you can get a sense from them as to what they were actually looking for. That's one thing I would do if someone asks a question out of left field. It happens a lot. Those hard questions come up. But I found that if you follow that technique, it will help you to get in a situation where you don't have to say, I don't know. You don't want to say, I don't know in an interview. I've been doing interviews for 20 years, interviewing people, and that is the worst thing you can say. Just don't say, I don't know. There's ways to go about saying you don't know, but in a way to where you're not just flat out saying, I don't know. I don't know is basically saying in a way that you just give up. I don't know. Don't do that in the interview. If you're following my channel, I definitely don't want you doing that at all. I'm trying to help professional women accelerate and elevate their careers. I don't want you just to shut down on the interview. I can't let you do it. But anyways, I hope that is helpful for you. That was the main focus we talked about during our live today. If you have any questions for me as it relates to the interview process, that perhaps you've had some scenarios come up, you weren't sure how to answer them, or you're in the middle of a process, you're just trying to figure out what you want to say, or if you are an interviewer, a manager, or in some type of leadership role, and you're just really struggling with finding great talent, there's some questions that you probably should ask that will help you gain a better insight as to what it is that they are asking for and what it is that you actually need. So if you have some other questions, please let me know. I would be happy to help you and answer those questions any way that I can. Feel free to sign up for a women's empowerment chat if you're at the point where you want to try to elevate your career as a professional woman. You want to do a lot more, but you're not really quite sure how. I will definitely share with you my 20 years of experience to help you avoid some of the mistakes and pitfalls that I made as it relates to developing as a professional woman. And we can talk about your situation, how we can work together, and I can help you on your journey. Sign up for my mailing list. It's a great opportunity to get some free resources and some other insights that you would have access to before the rest of my audiences do. And then, of course, if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe. Be happy to help you in any way I can. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next live. More than likely, the next live I will be starting it off on LinkedIn and then starting here on YouTube. But I really appreciate your support and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.